Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live session today. So, my topic for today is how can spinal adjustments or chiropractic therapy help in improving athletic performance? So, that's going to be my topic for today. And before we start, we'll just wait for a while and help a lot of others to join in. Hi, everyone. And meanwhile, I will also discuss about our camps and what sort of treatment activity we have for the next 2 weeks. We are available in Thane and Mumbai this week, as we are based in Thane. And yes, please go ahead with your questions. You can type in all your questions, and we can reply to that post once we are done with the topic. And so this week we are available in Thane, and Saturday we are available in Khar, that is 9th of March. And this is a Women's Day. We have a Women's Day on 8th of March, and to celebrate this, we are actually celebrating a whole week. Okay, and we are offering 15% discount to all our female patients, whoever comes and gets us treated for spinal manipulation and all other things. So make sure that you take advantage of this offer. And Hyderabad, I don't have any plans, Dipti. 15% discount for this week, and I would like to put the number for appointments, that is 800-673-8000. That's the number, right? Okay. And yes, the topic for today: how can chiropractic therapy or spinal adjustments help in athletes, or how can it help to improve sports injuries? Well, there are many levels at which it can actually do wonders. Normally, these players, they always prefer to have something natural because they don't want to undergo a surgery, because that can also mean that they'll be out of the game for a very long time. Besides that, they also try to avoid a lot of painkillers or medicines, because that can also have their own side effects, which will show up in later part of the game, or probably later part of the life. So that is something what they try to avoid. And you'll be surprised to know that in all sort of NBL games and all sort of activities that you see in US and other countries, it's treated most of the time with chiropractic therapy, and it essentially doesn't need any sort of surgery or any sort of medications at all. A lot of conditions in which chiropractic therapy would help is strains, and strain. There could be also stress fractures, which can actually help in this kind of injury. Besides that, knee injury, shin splints, and even tendinitis. These are some of the common conditions that sports athletes do go through, and they definitely need therapy, and chiropractic therapy can definitely help do wonders at this point of time. So, talking about how does it help, what are the 5 pointers? If I have to talk to you about points, only 5 points as to why spinal manipulation or chiropractic therapy can help in athletes or improve their sports injury. First and most important point is correcting the misalignments. Any athlete, if is working with a wrong alignment, he's bound to undergo an injury. He's bound to have a bad performance, or he's bound to have a performance where they will not be 100%. He will not be able to do 100% of whatever is required, because there is a misalignment. The spine is not in position, because of which there are certain nerves getting impinged, or there are certain areas where the firing or the response is not going right, because of which the reaction time will be delayed, or the reaction time can go worse. So this is where spinal adjustments play a role. Once a spinal adjustment is done for the whole body, the person is absolutely different, and his overall response to flexibility can further improve, based on a lot of exercises also. So yes, this is one thing which helps. That is the first point, is correcting the misalignments which they have, and that can really help in order to boost their performance. Second thing is, the moment your alignment is corrected, or your misalignments are taken care of, your biomechanics improve. You're able to move better, you're able to perform better, because your biomechanics is very, very easy. It is not It is not too heavy, it is not too hard. You don't find movements too difficult. So that's the reason when your biomechanics or your posture gets in place, you can see that your performance gets better. So that is the second point, where it also helps to improve your biomechanics and your posture. So the first point is improving the misalignment. Second thing is improving the posture and biomechanics. Thirdly, chiropractic therapy also helps in enhancing the range of motion for sports injuries. One common factor that we will see for athletes or people who are into sports injuries is reduction in the range of motion, or probably inability to improve the range of motion throughout or completely. And that's where spinal manipulation plays a very important role. When you undergo a spinal manipulation therapy, or when you get yourself adjusted, your range of motion definitely increases. It helps you to kind of help you go better, because of which you can definitely see the difference. You can definitely see how your movements can get better, whether it is your rotations to the hip, whether it is your shoulder range of motion. A lot of, like, for example, cricketers, bowlers, they require shoulder movements that has to be absolutely free. If the shoulder movements are not free, they will not be able to do right sort of bowling. I see a lot of bowlers who actually, when they undergo shoulder range of motion, or when they undergo a proper spine therapy for, a manipulation therapy for shoulder, they can definitely see the difference over there. And that's very, very important. Let's say we talk about people into other sports like volleyball, or even hockey, or let's say even kabaddi. All these sports will require a lot of range of motion, and at the same time a lot of strength and training. So this is where it helps. Undergoing a proper chiropractic therapy definitely helps in enhancing the range of motion. Also, there is something called the maintenance of pre-existing condition. There is a rule in sports therapy, that sports injuries, that whenever you have an injury, that itself can become your next big injury. So you always have to be careful. Let's say if you have a tennis elbow, so you always have to be careful about your elbow. You have to make it the best. You have to strengthen it. You have to stretch it in such a way that you don't have any future complaints with your elbow, because it is very much possible that your elbow can undergo an injury the next time, or it is more kind of adapted to injuries. So it's important that you get it strengthened in a much better way, compared to just trying the other elbow, or just one elbow only. So that's very important, that any sort of injury that you have, whether it is your hip area, shoulder area, you have to get it treated completely, and also maintain the existing or pre-existing conditions, like whatever form you are in. So the maintenance therapy also plays a very important role. And here it's important that the players get themselves adjusted on a regular basis. So a lot of people ask me, what is the ideal frequency of people to get adjusted? So for athletes, it can always be done once in 3 months or so. And it can also be done before a major competition, or any sort of activity that you're about to do. So doing a adjustment just before that, maybe a week before that, can definitely help to improve your range of motion, can definitely help to get the whole adjustment in place, and that will definitely show up in your game. So that's the fourth point, where you can expect a good sort of maintenance of the pre-existing conditions also. And the last point, what I would say for sports injuries, would be also boosting the performance. A lot of people feel that, how can chiropractic therapy boost the performance for an individual? But yes, obviously that happens if your range of motion is right, if your biomechanics is right, if your posture is right, if your strengthening is right. Obviously all these things will boost to your performance. So this is how it helps to kind of boost your performance, and make you a better athlete. So this is about the five important factors wherein you can expect a good change for a sports athlete, or someone who wants to prevent injuries. Okay, so yes, I have a few questions, and I'm going to answer a few questions also. Let me just check now. Alone Soul has a question. Dipti is asking me, when is your camp in Hyderabad? Dipti, we don't have any plans for our camp in Hyderabad as of now, but let's say whenever we do that, you will obviously be informed through Instagram. Alone Soul has a question: is the relief of stiffness reduces body fat? Relief of stiffness will not reduce body fat, but it will improve your range of motion, because of which you can exercise and help to improve your body fat, reduce your body fat. So, relieving stiffness will definitely not reduce your body fat. Okay. V Kamath has labrum tearing. I didn't get you labrum tearing. I mean, I didn't get you what exactly is this here. Sure, Dipti, in future we'll definitely do that. Alone, is the stiffness relief can also burn stubborn fat? Like I told you, the fat burning does not happen with spinal manipulation. So yes, that's not the case. Okay. Vijay Rathod has a question. Namaskar, Pune में कब आ रहे हो आप? Pune, I am scheduled in May. Yes, I'll be there in May. Okay. Mamta Kishan Chand has a question. How many times can we adjust the spine? See, the problem with adjusting the spine is not about we need to keep adjusting the spine. The problem is that if you have a biomechanical issue, if you have a problem wherein you have walking issues, or if you have a right rotator, your body has learned that particular movement in a certain manner. Okay, so when you correct yourself, when you do a adjustment with the spine, yes, there is adjustment which stays for certain days. Okay, but the problem is that because your body has learned the wrong side of the movement, that wrong side of the movement further starts incorporating, and that's why after 2 weeks or 3 weeks you again start feeling, oh my god, this pain is coming back to me. You fail to understand that the biomechanics which was done earlier is getting back into your system, because of which the pain is coming back. So it's important that whenever you get your adjustment done, check with when your chiro is asking you to see you again. If he's asking to see you after 3 days, after 1 week, you should go back and see him again, because when you see him and again, and when we do an adjustment again, that's where it actually helps, and that's where it actually sustains for a longer time. Followed by exercises also. It is equally important that there are certain exercises which is to be done, because basically what are we doing with exercise? With exercise, we are actually helping them to relearn these things. So it's important that this aspect of relearning also happens along with chiropractic adjustment. So that's the answer for you. Okay, so I think we have covered all the questions. Once again, hi Horfrid, how are you? Billy Moria, I've been seeing you running a lot. Good, good, good. Very happy for you. So guys, once again, informing you about the camp. This week we are in Thane and Mumbai. 9th of March we are at Khar at our Khar center, and 13th, 14th to 17th, that is 14, 15, 16, 17, we are in Ahmedabad. Okay, so we'll be in Ahmedabad from 14th to 17th. 14th, yes, 14th to 17th for our sessions. So you can see us in Ahmedabad, and we'll be at SG Highway. That's the place where we normally are all the time, SG Highway. I think one of the hotels. So I've already shared the number with you. You can I'll rather pin the comment, so that you can easily get an appointment on that. It is 8006738000. Yes, let me just pin this number for you so that it stays in the comment section. And yes, please do share this video with people who you think you may need it, because I think a lot of people are not aware of this kind of therapy. A lot of people have not experienced it also, and people who have experienced do vouch for it. I see a lot of people who come to me just for a session, and they see me maybe after 6 months or 1 year also, and they're like, oh, I was absolutely fine for the last whole 1 year, and I never felt a reason to see you for a follow-up. That's the reason I'm coming back to you after a year. So this is how effective the therapy is. So I'm sure it's important that this sort of natural therapy is promoted, and people understand the importance of this therapy equally. So thank you so much for joining in, everyone, and looking forward to see you in the next live session. Do put in your questions if you have any, so that we can always answer all your questions related to sports injuries or chiropractic adjustments, which I can help you out with. Thank you.